Hello, you bunch of weirdos. I'm back in Grimsby. I got to speak really fast because I've got like, I don't know how many minutes I've got left in the SD card. Damn, I need a shave. It's 5 p.m. It's Sunday. I spent way longer than I needed to in England, down in the Shire. So I was supposed to come up like Monday, and now I'm literally coming up Sunday. So I'm a whole week later than I thought I was going to be up here. Yeah, not ideal. Not ideal. But it's 5 p.m. I want to do the self-leveling tomorrow because I've got the kitchen coming on Tuesday. So I need to quickly fill that with sand and cement, and I'm hoping that will dry by tomorrow so I can self-level over it. Yeah, okay, basically I don't really want to make noise, but I've got to quickly mix the sand and cement. It's a lot better now that I've cleaned everything. It's a lot better, not so many insects and stuff in here when I come here after the thing. Little update, brought my golf clubs with me. I'm going to hit the driving range this week. Yeah, but for now I'm preparing for tomorrow's self-leveling. So I'm going to do the sand and cement now. I brought some expanding foam on the way up here. So I'm going to expand and foam all the holes and everything in the bathroom and whatnot. And expand and foam that little, I'm going to put a bag in the toilet, put some expanding foam in it, let that expand out and whatnot. And that way I can, you know, self-level all the way around that little toilet hole thing. Because why is the toilet hole in the floor? I don't know, but it is. So I'm just going to have to yeah. Oh, if I just bought a little... If I bought that, like, the circle bit that goes in it, the pan connector. So that's that patched up. I hope this lasts, because if this is a forever home, then these things have to last. I've also filled in, where I've had, like, big holes, I filled those in. Also, where I had that step, I kind of, like, gave it, like, a bit of an incline, so it's not having to, so self-leveling doesn't have to jump so much. Then I filled in all the holes that I've had pretty much dotted about. I filled in with expanding foam. I ran out before I filled that in, so I'm thinking maybe I'll just buy a pan connector, put it in, then I'll just self-level around it, and then if I need to rip it out or do whatever at a later date, then it is what it is. Then 6 a.m. woke up here to the sound of crackheads arguing outside. Like 3-4 of them all arguing, shouting, screaming at each other. Grimsby. Right, so I know what you're thinking. Wow, James, where's your belly going? 4 kg down. And all it's taking is counting calories and not going over my 2,340 limit or whatever it is that MyFitnessPal's given me. So yeah, I'm going to speed recap where we're at. So I don't know, I think I'm going to make the episodes a bit more so like I can edit them and keep on top of it and do it as like an episode. And then I actually know what's going into the episode. So I know when to be like and subscribe. Because I don't know when to do that. Because if not, I'll just have random ass clips from saying that. And then I might be putting that anywhere else. Because at the moment I'm just recording and then I edit it. And then I just put the clips that I have at that time into the video. Whereas now I'm actually going to make dedicated like episodes, I reckon. I've got that wall. Batten, still need to put some more there. That's insulated, that's insulated, that's insulated, that's insulated. That is acoustic insulation, because I don't want to hear my neighbours when they're watching TV. But I do hear them all the time. And when I'm in bed, I can also hear them. So it's annoying because I should have maybe the walls upstairs as well, but I didn't. And I'm not going to, because it's too late now. I can't be bothered anymore, okay? I've had enough of this. Then this one here, I've insulated this with actual, oh no, it's with the acoustic insulation as well, but it's to get my EPC up, because as I've said this on the past few videos, my EPC is a D, and if I insulate the front and back wall of the house, I get it up to a C. So I'm going to do that. I've done basically half of the ground floor, still got to do that one, then I've got to do the upstairs. Fine, that's fine, I'll get that smashed. Okay, let's go over my plasterboarding work. Terrible, terrible, terrible. Why is that sticking out? I need to take that panel off and do something to it. Who plasterboards like this? What the hell is wrong with me? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pieces. Alright, let's just say I'm not a dry liner, okay? I'm not a dry liner and I never will be, because clearly I'm no good, okay? I've been filling in the gaps with expanding foam. Where I had like big crevices, I filled in with actual like concrete, a little bit of concrete expanding foam. Basically, this was centimetres up. I basically gave it like a slope, just the length of the trowel, and just went shh. I feel like that will make the self-leveling a bit smoother. I think it will. I believe it will. This one here, this was a massive hole. So under this here, the whole way through, is just mud. Like, it's just mud. It's like a clay type mud. There's no like glue, no nothing, no solid base, which was a nightmare, because then some tiles are loose. As you lift up the loose ones, it obviously makes the next one loose. So I lifted up the ones that were like majorly loose and shaking, and then now I've just filled that up with concrete. I don't know if this is going to be okay, but yeah, that's solid now. That's solid now. That there is awful. I don't even know if the self-leveling is going to be able to fix that, because that is well bad and bumpy. You can't even see it properly, but it's bad. And now this is where the magic happens. Okay, so I'm drying Luna's towel, and I didn't bring myself a towel, so I didn't shower last night because I forgot to bring towels. Okay, this is how I'm living. I'm cooking off hot plates. I'm working off a. This is actually it's actually a wallpaper table, you know, like where you put the wallpaper on and then you paste it and everything. So I'm working off a wallpaper paste table, living like this, cooking off this. Yeah, this is life recently. I'm gonna now quit moaning and whinging and talking, and I'm just gonna crack on. Yeah, I've got two different primers. So this one here is for the concrete. So this all pretty much just for this room here, really. It's not really much to it. And then the Grit Plus, it's got grit. Okay, that's the word I was looking for. So I'm going to use the Grit Plus because it's got grit in it for basically anything that's tiled. Even though this is quite rough, it's basically got grit on it already just by how rough the floor is. But yeah, so I'll put the grip on that. This one here is well smooth, like well smooth. So this whole area here definitely needs the Grit Plus. I basically got no food, and I'm not going to eat now until the end. The only thing I have with me that I'm going to keep down here are these two things. They're like fruit wind-up things, which a mango pure fruit wind-up, and you look at the back, and it's 62% apple, 32% pear, and 6% mango. Because I've been using it. I was thinking, bloody hell, if I'm gonna struggle, you may as well watch me struggle, because this fridge is only 40 kg, yeah? So, the fridge is only 40 kg. It's probably got 2 bottles of water in, let's call it. That's an extra 3, so it's 43 kg, which at the end of the day is not too heavy. A light work, I can take 43 kg. But because it's so awkward and big, and I'm trying to fit it through a door, that's what makes it so hard. So, okay, so I put the bottle in and I put like gloves, you know, like blue surgical gloves type thing, all around it. I don't see why it wouldn't work. I think that's a good solution right there. I done 1 litre, yes, I done 1 litre of Primer G and about 2 litres of water, so that's fairly diluted. I see what it means when it says, like, you know, put the primer in and then like you add depending on how much the concrete will like suck it in, because that area back there, maybe I put too much water on or whatever, but it wasn't like sucking it in, whereas this side here, literally as I'm rolling it, I can see the concrete sucking it in. So I've got 2 buckets. So this is my thought process. I feel like 2 of these sacks can fit in there. And the tip I got given was to fill it up with water first and then the dry mix, because if you did it the other way around, apparently it was coming out like grainy and it was hard to just turn into the self-leveling compound. Oh, fuck. This is a big mistake. This is a big mistake. I can see where there's little clumps where it's not mixed in properly, but you'd think it would have been. Oh shit, the crap. Look, it's getting there, like it is getting there. There's just like a little bit of a high spot there. A high spot there, clearly. That's higher, so it's like it's all going that way. Question, can you put self-leveling on top of self-leveling? Like, can I do like a second coat later, or do I need to now? I might just get the bucket. I might just do one more bucket and just load it in this area here, but that's 2 bags. I'm not gonna have enough for the rest of the place. No, I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna leave it. It's too much. I literally can no longer afford to measure because it dries so freaking quick. actually snap crackling. Now I know for the next loads, you have to clean the bucket out between every single one. You can't just like add water and then try and mix the last bits of the last one, because they clump up and then it doesn't spread. Now I feel like I don't have enough to get me the whole way through. Look at this. See this as I pass the, what do you call this, trowel? See that? That wasn't happening before. This literally wasn't happening before. It's like I literally could not mix it. This is why the drill gave up, because it literally could not mix it. It was clumped up and it was struggling. And then I had dry powder in the bucket at the bottom. I've wasted so much. What I've learned so far is 100% follow the manufacturer's instructions, because this has taken me 7 bags. This whole area here, basically it took me like, wait, what's that? It took me like 6 bags to do all that, and then 1 bag to do all this. So that is how I should have done it. That is not how I should have done it. So I'm not just saying this to be dramatic, but this was like one of the worst experiences ever. Like I don't mind when I make mistakes on things and little bits here and there. And I actually like doing like DIY jobs, and I don't mind when I make mistakes and whatnot, but this was awful. I was like stressed. I was like sweating my tits off. I was panicking. I was getting stressed that it wasn't going right. And then, yeah, but now I made all the mistakes so you don't have to, okay? I made all the mistakes. So now if anyone's watching this and wants to get self-leveling done, I know how to do it now, okay? So if I had to do it again, yeah, this is what I do. Step 1, okay? Maybe get a level and just check the floor first. So get like a long level and just check the floor first. Have like an idea in your head where the high spots are, where the low spots are, and just like it doesn't have to be perfect, just, you know what I mean? Like in your head, you just roughly know where they are. Step 2, when you're mixing it, water first, then the dry mix, okay? That honestly makes it like less, you will still get like a few clumps and everything that stick to the bottom or whatever will stick to the side, but it makes it like a lot better, like a lot smoother, and mixes quicker, easier, doesn't burn the what's it out. 3, follow the manufacturer's instructions. The one time I went rogue, which annoyingly I did for the living room. Why would I do it on the living room? Because like I could have messed up the kitchen, that would have been fine. I could have messed up the bathroom, that would have been fine because it's going to be tiled. But I messed up the living room, which is LVT, which is the one, like the probably the most important room to not mess up. And I messed it up. But it is what it is, okay? So now I've been researching, can I sand this down or do I need to add another layer to it? 4, 1 bucket at a time. 1 bucket, 1 batch at a time. Don't do 2 batches. Don't try to put, 2 bags into one thing and then do that. No, 1 bucket, and then just take your time and do it, and then go outside and then do the next one. Okay, next tip. Clean the bucket in between every single pour. Okay, and I mean like actually have the hose out, like have the bucket like upside down, spray the hose into it, clear it out properly. Just get rid of it because it will ruin the next pour. Next tip, if your dog comes running down the stairs and steps on it because you forgot to close the door on the stairs, and it comes around and she steps in it and leaves paw prints everywhere, you can actually, I put the hose on like mist, and then I used the roller bubble thing, and it wasn't perfect, don't get me wrong, but it was like, it'd been settled as well a little bit, so it's like if she had stepped on it when it was fresh, it would have been an easy fix, and I would have just been able to clean the paw, but because she stepped on it after like, it's semi-settled, it left the prints, but I put the mist on it, ran the roller and everything, and it kind of got it out, My floor is a little bit bumpy now, oh no. Yeah, no, you can't use the mist. So ignore what I just said there. You can't use the mist because I just touched the floor and it's actually bumpy from where I'd run the roller through it, where I thought I was fixing it. But yeah, it's because she ran downstairs and I had to try to fix it after. I went to absolute war, okay? I went to war in this room, okay? Look at this. Can you see that? Let me do it like that. Can you see the different... So this side here was actually fine. So basically, this here was 2 buckets, yeah? So that my first 2 buckets were this area here, which is fine, okay? So the hall is not, but look, let's look at the floor close up. I've got to say it's fairly level. I'm gonna get the actual level down here and check, but you can see, do it like that. You can see where the tiles are, and it's pretty much level. Like I put a little bit of a bump there, but it's level between it. But you can see where the self-leveling has, done its job there. I've got a little bit of a dent here, but that's because this brick here was clearly higher than the rest of the level, rest of the floor. Sorry. So I don't know if I should have made it thicker there and then come around. But this was my first pour as well, my first attempt. So I didn't know really what I was doing. But that's fine. This cupboard here, really impressed. It looks awful, and there's obviously there's a high spot here, there's a high spot there. But if I told you that that was all, if you can see that's still the high spot there now, imagine how low this was here before. So I'm really impressed with this cupboard. I'm really impressed with how the self-leveling. It's a little bit messy, don't get me wrong. We might need like another pour. I think I'm definitely going to get another 1 or 2 bags and just do like a big pour. Maybe over this area and that area out there, after maybe some sanding. It's fine. Look at this, what's the word? Atrociousness. Like, I went to war. I'm not even joking, look at that. I went to absolute war here. This is where I did it by eye, because I thought I had to race against time. So I did it by eye. I thought I was doing 4 litres. I clearly didn't because I made it too thick. And then I had like water at the end because I was like trying to mix a little bit of sludge up and everything. And all these light patches are where it's more water. And all the dark grey is where it's obviously more like compound. And then here, this is the colour it should be. It should be this kind of grey, where it might have a bit of different colour, but this area here, I have to say, this whole half of the room, you can see from that bit there, so all of that there is fine. This is where, I don't know if you can see this, all the bumps on the floor now. This is where, so obviously look, that's a lunar pour. You see that's a lunar pour. That was a big lunar scratch. Yeah, look at this. Can you see that? That is a clean pour. Let's see that. So that's a different colour because it's obviously where they're joined up. But genuinely, that's acceptable. That is genuinely acceptable. This here, this was obviously a lot deeper, so pouring it in has levelled it out a bit. Maybe the kitchen cabinets go in there anyway, so I don't even care about it. This is what I mean. I could have messed this room up and I would have been fine because the kitchen cabinets go there. So really, it's only this middle bit here that needed to be levelled. The bathroom, this here, this you can tell. This is what I mean. Yes, as you go on, as you keep doing it, you learn from your mistakes, you get a bit better, and then it goes a bit smoother, and then you get the technique on how to do it. So maybe I should have started in the bathroom and worked that way, but it kind of had to be the other way around. Oh yeah, I should have said that in my tips, to actually plan your route first, because obviously I planned my route and it kind of worked. Obviously I came in through the hall, went through, and then I ended outside. But it meant I was outside for, I don't even know, I was like outside for like an hour, hour and a half, just like dilly-dallying on my phone, opening and closing the fridge multiple times. Yeah, it was just full on, it was just a full on dilly-dally until it was dry enough that I could step on the floor to go upstairs to get my towel to have my shower. Then once I had my shower and everything, by the time I came in, it was fine to like let Luna back in. This is goddamn gorgeous. If you've enjoyed the video, or if you've even made it this far, like and subscribe, drop a little comment, drop a little bit of hate. As if it wasn't hard enough, sleeping in a tent, cooking off a hot plate, showering in the garden. I had to make it harder for myself, so I took the kitchen sink out. But this is the situation now. This right here is what 100 grams of chicken looks like. It's not a lot, it's not a lot.